Have you invited everyone to your pet turkey's funeral yet for November 26th? Better get on it or there won't be enough pet turkeys to go around. You may have to make it a pet pumpkin memorial service instead. What the hell am I talking about? Let me explain. I'm Katie Petrick, and this is Healthy Republic. As promised, I am back for part 2 of Turkey Tyranny 2020. Now, if you didn't see part 1, hit the pause button and go do that now. Okay, you're back. Good. In part 1, we discussed the tyrannical nature of the governors and mayors from the East Coast through the Appalachians. Now we are heading west, getting over the Mississippi River and through the Rockies until we land on the West Coast, which I hope just sort of falls off into oblivion. Ah, a girl can dream.
Dreams do come true.
But first, we have to start in the Midwest. We're starting in the Lincoln state of Illinois, Chicago specifically, where Mayor Lori Lightfoot had a tweet storm to shame her constituents. I'm issuing a stay-at-home advisory asking all Chicagoans to only leave their homes for essential needs, including work and school. As you can see, this includes canceling traditional Thanksgiving celebrations. Also, we have to take COVID seriously. Please, do your part so we can #ProtectChicago. And this, 1 in 18 Chicagoans have active COVID-19 infections as of November 13th. Oh good, Lori, I too like stats. How about this one? The odds of getting away with murder in Chicago is better than 50%. And wow, look at that graph. The number of shooting victims in Chicago is more than 3,600, and there's still more than 1 month left to this year. So #ProtectChicago. And if you want to head a bit more north and west, head to Minnesota. Minnesota, the land of 10,000 lakes, but where no one needs to call the Butterball hotline when in trouble this Thanksgiving. This year, more people will be calling another hotline. It's the stay-at-home violations hotline, the one Governor Tim Walz created back in April and refused to shut down, claiming it's an educational function. Don't worry, he's imposed tighter restrictions since that time. Then you have Colorado. Governor Jared Polis made this dramatic assertion.
That's not the type of Russian roulette that any Coloradan wants to play. 1 in 20 chance of not making it out if you're hospitalized, which is just another reason to take this very seriously in our lives. Avoid socializing with people outside of our household, wear masks around others, and avoid social interactions.
Really, Colorado? Bringing Russia into this entire thing? Aren't you still claiming that Russian interference is a thing? Or maybe not because you approve of Joe Biden? It is quite rich coming from Colorado, the new land of the tokers. I do wonder if weed doesn't kill the Rona anyway. And now for Thanksgiving, how you deprive the stoners of eating all the carbs is beyond me. Let's hop, skip, and jump over to Washington State. In Washington, if you want to do Thanksgiving, you better get on the protocols.
If we wanted to get together for Thanksgiving, at this point, what would need to happen if we want to gather inside is they would need to quarantine for a week. And then they would also need to get a negative coronavirus test no more than 48 hours before we all get together.
But in reality, Governor Jay Inslee doesn't want you to celebrate or live your life. He's limited church services to 25% capacity throughout Washington state, which includes the land of Seattle, you know, where Chaz Chop once thrived and then immediately dived. Let's head a bit south to the bottom feeders who live in Oregon. They are actually calling it a 2-week statewide freeze, an order that Governor Kate Brown put into place, which will include Thanksgiving. Brown tweeted the freeze, basically showing that everything is shut down. You can't have more than 6 people in your home, and churches are limited to 25 people inside. Maybe hell really has frozen over. And now we head even farther south to the craziest land of all, California. Governor Gavin Newsom is a classic case of all for thee, but none for me, because he told all of California that there are rules for gatherings, especially Thanksgiving. If you live in California, you can't have people from more than 3 households, which may be good so you can exclude the weird uncle. You have to collect all names and contact info so Gestapo can find them. The gathering must be outside, but you can pee inside. Woohoo! That's a positive right there. Then you must limit the event to 2 hours and no singing, chanting, or shouting. Again, it'll help that the weird uncle won't be there. And yet, Newsom just attended a 12-person party with more than 3 households, by the way, for a lobbyist's birthday. Because who needs to follow the layperson rules? With a politician, it's all about the Benjamins.
I make it rain. I make it rain on them homes, I make it rain. I make it rain on them roads, I make it rain.
It's the same attitude from his former aunt by marriage, Nancy Wicked Witch of the West Pelosi. You see, the elites in ice cream must be treated the same. They must remain cold, rich, and intolerant to the average person. That's why they can have a new member of Congress, din-dins, spending how much in taxpayer money and claim it's perfectly acceptable. As Nancy said, it's very spaced. And there is enhanced ventilation, and the Capitol physician signed off. And we are Satan's spawn. And we can do whatever we want. The image does look like how I imagine Hell's Grand Foyer to look. I'm also sure ice cream was on the list to be served at this event, but clearly only the expensive varieties.
Where are we, and who are these people?
Are you crying into a giant tub of ice cream right now? I don't blame you. If you aren't depressed enough about this state of affairs, just know that Christmas is canceled too, because at the federal level, they are doing the same, and in some instances, worse. Remember Dr. Anthony Fauci, the epidemiologist who flip-flops more than Anne Heche's sexual preference? He is now upset that Americans are acting as, wait for it, Americans.
The UK is very similar to where we are now in outbreak because each of our countries have that independent spirit, but we don't want to be told what to do. Well, I understand that, but now is the time to do what you're told.
In the words of our former dictators, bugger off. Fauci also said that we will need to mask up and social distance after the vaccine is in full swing. And of course, to be an even bigger Grinch, Fauci sputtered out a no to Christmas gatherings.
Christmas is probably not going to be possible.
Yeah, well.
Good. I was going to get him coal anyway. Environmentalists be damned. We continue to be told to stay home, except for essential reasons. And then the news is plastered with protests or riots, depending on who you ask, and that is celebrated by the left. Please remember that essentially, you are a free person. And essentially, this is still America. I know because I read my Constitution, which is essential. So happy Thanksgiving, be smart, as in use common sense, and don't be afraid to enjoy that turkey, not a sheep, with your loved ones. Until next time, stay healthy, America. Hey team, you all know it takes a lot of work to get all of this together, and we continue to be demonetized by Facebook and YouTube. If you like hearing truth and common sense with a love for freedom, please join the Patriot Club with a one-time $99 tax-deductible donation. And you'll get this sweet vessel of joy as part of a thank you for joining the Patriot Club. All you have to do is visit patriotclub.us and become a Patriot member today. That's patriotclub.us. You'll be helping us so we can keep helping you.